A very warm welcome to you on this particular day. It is Lyca YouTube Day, and of course with me in the studio is a person who not only enjoys radio, media and TV, but has broken the mould and has actually become one of the first, if not the only, Asian mayor female in Britain. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to a lovely lady, Prerna Bhardwaj, or should I say Mayor. Good afternoon, Mayor.
Prerna, hi.
Prerna, hello. Welcome to the Lyca YouTube series here, and welcome to what we're going to discuss. And the first thing I'm going to look at is, what is a mayor?
So just so you know, it is the first female and Asian mayor of Gerrards Cross. So there have been other females and Asians before me, but in Gerrards Cross it is actually a very privilege and honour to be the first female Asian. And mayors, they have a civic role, so they're the first person in a town and they're representative of the royal family. So that's how mayors sort of have come about. It's very a traditional role. You can see some of the mayors have, as well as having the mayoral chains, which we have at Gerrards Cross, they have the robes, they have the hats. So it's something that's been passed down from tradition. And
okay, we're going to get onto that mayor civic duty, should we say? But what I mean, and being an Asian mayor, let's get down to some brass tacks, shall we? How hard has it been, not only perhaps because of the ethnicity, but being a woman, to get things sorted and organised? Because obviously being mayor, you're in effect head of the council, or
head of the council.
And it's not
town.
And the town. Oh my gosh,
so
excuse
big
me.
Responsibility.
So yeah, well, with that responsibility, how hard has it been for you to get people to really, well, get work done and in offices to run them smoothly?
So I think I'm really fortunate that I've got a really good group of 12 councillors. There was a recent election in May, so we have got some new councillors and lost some old councillors. But in my term last year and this year, touch wood, we have got a really good team. We've got really good 2 members of staff working in the town council. So it has been, really good to get things done. And I do make sure that if I put my mind to something and something needs doing, having had a career in banking, I think it's ingrained in you to be really efficient. So I was at UBS and Goldman Sachs before. And in Goldman Sachs, if something wasn't done within an hour, it was like, why isn't this done? So I did have to take a bit of a culture change to joining a town council, and things are a bit more relaxed and a bit more laid back. So I had to sort of adapt to that a little bit.
And on that note, do you think that when you say, because I want to pick up on that, a bit more relaxed and a bit more taken aback, is that really how councils work? And is that why some people could complain and say, well, nothing gets done, it's too slow? Is that really because the culture is a very slow one?
I think it's not so much culture, it's sort of the rules and regulations that you have to be really careful how you spend taxpayers' money. And if there is something that needs, say, a fence is broken or a light's broken and it's going to cost, say, over £2,000 or £5,000 to repair, that has to go to full council to get the approval of all 12 councillors. So that's what takes a bit of time, the whole, bureaucracy of it all. You have to wait till the next full council meeting. If it's really urgent, then you sort of call a special sort of a full council meeting, an extraordinary meeting. So I think it's because of that, and then you're waiting on contractors when they're available to come out. So things are a bit slower, whereas in a sort of corporate organisation, everyone's working there together, all the departments are there. They're there for really, really long hours. So, and if things aren't done, then you're thinking, it's going to be costing millions and millions of pounds. So I think that's the difference.
People often say that mayors tend to be, in terms of the council, ignored and not listened to, and to a certain extent, it's just a ceremonial function, shall we say, that's been put there that to a certain extent wastes taxpayers' money.
Okay.
How far would you agree with that? And also, do you think that the mayors today are doing much more than just, say, I don't know, putting regalia on?
Definitely. So in Gerrards Cross, I don't actually have a salary or spend any taxpayers' money as a result of me being the mayor. So it's sort of, if I want to go to an event, I've got to sort of drive there myself or travel there, I'll be paying for that myself. And there's no extra sort of allowance or budget. There is for if you're having a civic ceremony, then there's some expenses that you have to bear. But then, some of the town council, you budget for that. So you can have taxpayers' money spending some of that or your own money, which I did a bit of both for my civic ceremony. But I don't think mayors are ignored. I'm quite lucky that I'm definitely not ignored, because as well as being the mayor, I'm the chair of the town council, so I have a dual role. So it's not only civic, I'm able to make sure that things get done as well and put forward my opinions and have a casting vote on matters.
Do you feel when it comes to that, that's a very interesting point, the fact that you've got dual roles, if you like,
Yeah.
and the fact that you've openly admitted, look, I have to pay for things.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm driving a car, I'm paying for the petrol, I can't claim it. Moving on a bit, do you feel that, what have you achieved as a mayor, perhaps for the Asian community within Gerrards Cross, or is there things that you want to achieve and create in Gerrards Cross, perhaps for ethnic communities to be more recognised or have services provided to them?
I don't know where to start, because I've done in my one year.
Try the beginning. Come on.
In my 1 year as mayor, I've done quite a lot for the Indian community. I think the Indian community, and not just my own community, but for other communities as well. So, being from a Hindu faith, I thought it was quite important for me to have my faith showcased in the civic ceremony, because it is my Hindu religion that's made me who I am. Because it's about, you know, the whole world is one family. You've got to look after the environment. You've got to look after each other. You know, educate children, educate women, you know, equality, all those factors made me sort of who I am today, and this is why I'm in politics. So for me, it was quite important to have that as my civic ceremony. I did face a bit of backlash from the church, because they weren't sort of used, or they're not used to having readings from other faiths, or didn't really want to have readings from other faiths. It was their choice. But then I did go ahead, and the Gerrards Cross Community Association really supported me, and a private girls' school that I went to speak to, and I've had some work experience students from there as well. So as a result of that, I was able to have my Hindu civic ceremony, which was a really good achievement, and obviously the first of its kind in
Hindu civic ceremony?
Yeah, so we had a priest from the Hare Krishna temple that gave a reading. My children said a little prayer from their favourite Nishinga, their god. And we had like, you know, Christian hymns sung from St Mary's School. We had a Bible reading as well. So it was a multi-faith ceremony, so Christian and Hinduism. And I think it's really important to showcase the best of both worlds, because, you know, Christianity plays a huge role in the UK, and then, you know, Hinduism contributes a lot to the world as well.
But what specifically would you say you've done as a mayor? I know you've only been there a year, but as a mayor for ethnic communities with or around your area?
So I do sort of go to support the ethnic community businesses. There's lots of, you know, females that have small businesses that have opened, so go support them. I was invited to go to Madhya Pradesh by the government of India, which was a really, really big honour. And I actually wore something from a small business in Gerrards Cross. There's a shop that sells sort of Indian clothes, and it's like a small family business, and I wore the jacket to Madhya Pradesh. So I was showcasing sort of Gerrards Cross,
what you've done,
local businesses and entrepreneurship. So I do sort of make sure that I'm always sort of helping go to the local mandirs and different organisations. I went to like a Ramadan event, Diwali event, so all of that.
So a lot of supporting roles I'm hearing from you as a mayor or mayoress, as they say, is it?
And the Gurdwara as well.
So it's all supporting roles. Do you find also, moving on from the support aspect, and I want to go further on into your role in a second, but I want to just go back to the point where, do you think that, I mean, everybody has situations where, you know, you're up against pressure,